Good morning, and here is Baba and Lara and Archer. So we are doing another cooking video today, and today we are going to cook duck confit with duck leg. And
Yes.
what is duck confit?
So duck confit is basically just a
Where do you think duck confit originated from?
France.
France, yes,
Ukraine,
exactly. So basically,
Ukraine.
it's just the duck leg cooked in its own fat. So we're going to use a lot of fat to cook it, but after you cook it, it's actually not very fatty. But it's going to be really
Very
super
crunchy.
super crispy skin, and the meat is just going to melt and fall off from the bone. And so we've got this duck leg, the duck Maryland, which is basically just like the duck leg with a bit more on the thigh as well. And we're just going to open it up and then wash it first. We are just going to give this duck leg a wash. Oh, hello. Can we have the strainer? So we're just going to put this in the strainer.
You can use any type of just plain bowl, except it would be ideal.
Lara, can you give it a wash?
Yes, sure.
Thank you.
So it's
Just gonna wash in the sink. Just a nice
If
rinse.
you saw our last video, she also did the washing.
She's very good at washing up. So we're gonna pat dry the duck leg and make sure that you don't have the dog in the kitchen. It's not very hygienic. So pat dry it, and then after you pat dry it, you can put it into
that bowl.
the tray, the baking tray.
Wally, this is not for you. This is our dinner.
So I just put it down and just pat dry the skin. That's all.
You can just go.
I love how thorough you are, Lara, but it's okay. You don't need to be that thorough. Right, and now can you get the pin? We're gonna get some pin, and then we're gonna poke a lot of holes on the skin of the duck, so you can pick your color.
So you can really use.
So pick two, like each.
I pick this. You pick these. Okay, so right now we're using what are these?
Pins.
Like,
Yeah, like needles.
Needles.
So we're gonna prick a lot of holes onto the skin.
So the more holes you prick, the more crunchy it'll be. The more crunchy the skin will be. Yes.
You know why? Because we're pricking holes, so when you cook it, the oil is going to all drip out, and then it's going to sort of burst out, and then we'll make it really crispy.
Make sure to put it on the sides as well. Yep. Just don't forget that. Back. Yes. Do we need to put like these?
Not the meat, just the skin. Good question.
Cooking is very fun. Hard.
You see the hair as well.
Oh my
so you can
God.
pull the hair off.
Why do we pull the hair off?
Oh, you want to eat hair?
No.
You see the hair? You're just going to pull it out a bit. So this is a great time to get the children involved because it's very tiring job cooking lots of holes. Right, so I think we're
Child slavery.
I think we're doing a great job. I think that's it. We've got lots of holes. I think it's going to be really crispy. So what you want to do now is to rub lots of salt on the skin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so you can put the pin on the side so we don't lose it.
I'm making sure it's useful. Good. Right.
Right, and then we just
This was not pricked at all, Lara. Come on. That was mine. Right.
So we're gonna add just sprinkle like generously.
Yes. You gotta really rub it.
Yeah,
You know.
just no, Lara. It's more like this, like a handful,
Yeah, and you go
like that. Just be generous to rub some skin on it. Lots of salt. That.
like
Yep.
this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And the other one as well. Yeah. And yeah, both sides.
Why do we need salt on it?
The salt is going to take out all the moisture.
Ah.
So to make the skin even more crispy, and then it's also will make the meat softer.
What happens when you put on the meat?
it would take the moisture out of the meat. And then when you cook it
Do we want that?
with oil, so all the moisture, water will come out. That's enough salt, Archer, I think. Yeah, there's like what, the third time, fourth time you add. Archer, that's really enough salt.
Okay. Just making sure.
Okay, now, after we have rubbed the salt evenly on both sides of the duck, we are going to leave it skin up. And then we're going to put it in the fridge and let it sit for, you know, an hour or two, right?
So the duck's been resting in the fridge for about an hour now. And what we're going to do is heat the oven to 130 degrees. So, yep. And so I put it on, start, and go to 130. There we go. So,
And then now we're going to the garden and cut some fresh rosemary.
Do you know which one is the rosemary?
It is.
can you show Wally? Show Wally, show Wally.
Hi, Wally.
Look.
Right, Lara is about to cut some beautiful lavender. Beautiful lavender.
That's still.
What's rosemary? Oh, that's rosemary.
Oh my god.
Third time luck. But lavender and rosemary are very, very similar, I have to say.
Yes, that's true. They're all kind of twiggy. Except one's got purple flowers and it's more dry, and the other one's more like the texture's different.
Stick.
The texture's different.
I'll just hold this. Then we're gonna put the rosemary. Oh, we have to wash it.
Of course.
Okay, so then we have to wash it.
Yes.
Then we're gonna put it. Actually, I think it's too big, so we're gonna break it.
Use this.
Okay.
Maybe just one twig. I think just one twig is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. The other one we can use it for potato.
So now that the lavender's in, what we have to do next is get some garlic,
It's not lavender.
rosemary. So once you put the rosemary in, you get a whole clove of garlic and just peel off the skin. And you don't have to crush it or anything. You don't have to take all.
You know why? Because we use that to
the flavor?
infuse the flavor. Yeah. Right.
Big brain.
That's all right. Just chuck it in. It's fine. Actually, it's fine. That's fine.
Chuck it in.
And so you can chuck the whole clove in like that.
Yeah. And then what next?
Duck fat.
Oh, is that duck fat? Let's see.
Yes, it's duck fat.
I want to do the
Duck
fat. I want
fat.
to do the duck fat.
We're gonna open the jar, and then we're gonna. You can
Get a
do the honors.
spoonful. Okay.
You can do the honors.
Well, it smells nice. So you get a whole bit of duck fat and kind
Yeah.
of spread it over.
Yeah. Just tip it in. Yeah. A lot of duck fat.
Yes.
So basically, the duck will be cooked in duck
its own
fat.
fat.
Yeah. Exactly.
So we've been making.
So we
duck
want
confit.
we want the oil basically to cover the duck, but not like, you know, and leave the skin.
So we've been
Open.
cooking duck confit. So we've got we've been cooking duck confit for quite. We've been cooking duck confit for quite a while now. It's one of
Quite a few times.
yes, it's one of our favorite dishes, and we've gathered a lot of.
Can I suggest you pick up the jar and just sort of like pour it over and just scoop it in?
Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit more effective.
Wait, all of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, sorry.
So whatever left over after we cook it, we can always reuse the fat.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's always reusable. Get a pot, mark it, duck fat, and you can just reuse it. This is most of the duck fat that we used. That we.
In fact, this is actually a reused duck fat
Yeah.
from last time.
And that is
Yeah, all good.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
So once we stick it in the oven, the duck fat will melt and it will be more even. So maybe you can scoop that over a little bit.
Scoop what?
The duck fat to the side.
This.
Yeah. Exactly.
Kind of go like that, yeah. And kind of flatten it a bit.
Yeah.
Give it, yeah.
So we don't really need that duck fat all over the skin because it won't melt. But it doesn't matter. It will melt.
It'll melt anyway, so.
Yeah. Right. So can you just then put it in the oven?
Yeah, so now we put it.
Maybe Lara can open the oven door for Archer?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Oops. Just stick it in.
if you forgot, you were meant to heat the oven to 130.
Yeah. So we just let it cook in its own fat, and guess how long we're gonna cook it?
Half an hour? An hour?
No.
2 hours.
2 hours?
We're gonna cook it for at least 2 hours. Actually, the longer you cook it on a low heat, the more tender it will be.
So you
Let's
want
cook it for 5 hours.
Yeah, let's have a look what it will look like after we cook it for an hour. We'll have a look, and then we'll look at it again after 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So
Alright.
it's been just about over an hour when we put the salt on the duck.
About an hour
And cooked it.
an hour and a half.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is what it should look like after it's been through an hour.
Ooh, look at all the oil.
Sizzling.
Whoa.
Yes. And the garlic's the same as ever.
Right. So we're just going to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom.
Yep.
And I think you just need another half an hour or so.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Very hot, watch out. Yeah. So we just stick it back for another half an hour.
Yeah, we just wanted to show you what it would probably look like. So it's been 2 hours now, and the duck looks amazing. Actually, it smells amazing too.
Look at the color.
And this is what your duck should resemble, or somewhat.
So we're going to
resemble.
put the duck on the side and just let it sort of sit here and rest. And while we prepare the duck orange sauce. And
So now we're making the orange sauce for the duck confit. So what we're gonna have to do is get an orange. I already have a knife and I've got kind of it half cut into the orange. But anyway, push hard. Watch out if you're doing this, kids, because it's very easy to
it's
slip.
quite slippery.
Yeah.
So
So you get your
So while Archer is squeezing the orange juice, we are going to caramelize the sugar. So we're just going to put some sugar into the pot and literally just melt the sugar and make the caramel sauce. So we give a nice brown color for the sauce.
Is that
Like, yeah, let's do 3 spoonfuls. Yeah, doesn't need to be that full, okay? It doesn't need that full. Just take some out. 3 spoonfuls.
I am strong.
Good. That's it. Now you can turn the heat down a bit so it doesn't burn.
I turned it all the way down.
Yep, perfect. Now you see how now you need to start stirring a little bit so to make sure that all the sugar joins in.
Nice.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. See how it's
Gooey.
yeah. That's how you make caramel. Keep stirring a bit, they still start to burn. Yes. Now you can turn off the. Actually, yeah, let it all melt first. So now we have to watch it carefully. If you overcooked it, it will burn. We don't want it to burn too badly. We just want a nice brown color. Yep.
Turn it off.
No, it's fine. And now we're gonna add the orange juice. Now it's going to go very splashy, okay? So we just stand back a bit.
Stand back a bit.
So see the caramel?
Wow.
That's the sugar turning into caramel.
Oh, that's so cool.
That is so cool.
That's the caramel.
Whoa.
So you just let it burn a little, simmer a bit, and it would melt very nicely.
Oh, that's a good.
See that?
Wow. That's crazy.
So that's going to turn into a
my
nice
God.
caramel
They look like the jelly kind of
orange sauce.
things. Yeah. Jelly snakes, except they're kind of thinner. Wow.
So we're just going to let it simmer a bit, so all the sugar will melt. All the sugar will melt.
Sugar?
And when it's all melt,
Do we take the
And that's
sugar
ready.
out, or like do we just keep it in?
no, the sugar will just melt,
Oh.
and that's part of the sauce.
Okay.
Because we can literally just add the sugar into the orange juice, and you will have the same effect.
Oh.
But then it won't have that nice caramel
Yeah.
color. It will just be orange color.
And will it taste better?
And now it will be like a beautiful dark, like a more have that burnt caramel flavor.
Yeah.
Instead of just adding sugar in it.
Yeah.
So now all the sugar has basically melted. So we got a really nice color of the orange sauce.
Nice.
So we just put it on the side and get the duck ready.
Fine.
Now we come to the final step of the duck confit. Is the so this been resting, and we're gonna fry it to get the really crispy skin. So we're just going to take it out from the baking tray, and we're just gonna add it. And then we're going to turn it to the other side. So we're going to fry both sides to get that really crispy skin. So we're going to turn it. Just look at that really nice color of the skin. So I'll give it another minute just to sort of make it a little bit more crispy. And then it'll be done. And then now the duck is ready.
Hey!
So we're
Wow!
just gonna take it out very gently.
Whoa!
Show the skin side
That
up.
duck looks amazing.
Skin side up.
Whoa! Look at the skin.
We have to be quite careful because the meat has been cooked for a long time and it's very soft. So if we are too rough, it might just fall off the bone.
And we don't want that.
So we've got the duck ready. And now we're going to serve it with a little bit broccolini on
Broccolini.
the side. Some chopped broccolini. So 2 broccolini each. And then we're going to have the
Orange
beautiful
sauce.
orange sauce. We just drizzle it.
Can I have mine on the side?
We're going to drizzle it here. So with a stir. And there you go.
Whoa! Looks delicious.
And that's our duck confit with orange sauce. You can stop.